What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and today we are talking about Trumpcoin. It is the 24th day of April. Here we are sitting at about $2.90 with roughly 9 hours and 19 minutes left in the day. Haven't talked about Trumpcoin since before the snapshot date on the 14th there. We saw a little bit of a pump. I was very excited. I thought that we were going to get this nice move up, this nice rally that could take us, up to these areas here, maybe even above this area here. And we've since pulled back, and we're still consolidating at these areas where every time we've been down here, I've been saying to buy. Now, today is a little bit of a different video, okay? Because the whole reason why I personally bought, the whole reason why I speculated on Trumpcoin in the first place was that Bitcoin looked to be in a phase where it was growing, which it was. Trump is having the Crypto Gala Luncheon tomorrow, the 25th, but this was back, again, we bought like in the beginning of the month with the perceived knowledge of this event. So we were banking on a little bit of a pump going into this, and we're going to go, it's going to come full circle here in a second, but that event is tomorrow, okay? We've had one other Crypto Gala event for Trumpcoin in its history of existence, and that was last year in May, okay? May 22nd, I believe, was the day. We go back in time, we see here, this was the all-time low at this point in time, this period in time. And then this, I think this day, or maybe this day, was the announcement that there would be a luncheon for the top 200 wallet holders, if I'm not mistaken, or something like that. Top 200, top 220, whatever it was. We saw a massive pump, a massive surge in that price. And in that time, after that surge, from a high to a low, we saw a 37% drop. It was a little bit volatile. But we continued to consolidate until we inevitably topped off here and then sold off and actually broke out to lower prices. The reason why we topped off here was that this, the 22nd of May, was the luncheon, the gala last year. It was the 22nd of May. And the day before, from the low to the day of the gala, we saw about a 15% pump. That's not nothing. That's sure as shit not the 30% or more pump that I had been expecting this whole month. This is not performing. What we're seeing so far is not exactly the same as what we saw back here. We're going to go over some TA, but just some thoughts here. This was not the highest point of this range, but it was at the higher ends of this range. And from this day, from the gala event, we dumped off. Why? Because from the moment that it was announced that the top 200, top 300, whatever wallet holders would be invited to this gala luncheon, from that moment, they had to buy and hold until the event happened. Think of the event as like an unlock period. Now, there's an unlock happening every single day for Trumpcoin, every single day, and it will be that way, I think, until 2027, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe it's 2028. I don't remember. I think it's 2027, but there will be an unlock every single day with Trump coins. A modest amount, but still a continuous amount every single day. Here, think of this unlock as people who are holding the top wallet holders, the top 300 wallet, 200 wallet, whatever, they're holding that whole time because they want to secure their spot and their VIP access and stuff like that. Even like the top 10 wallets, they hold more than the next like 20 below, or the next 30 below, probably even the next 100 below. Now they have no reason to hold, they can sell. They can't sell. It doesn't mean that they will sell, but think of it as an unlock event. Every unlock event generates selling pressure. Every single one. There's not one that doesn't do that. And maybe it's not realized immediately, but it is realized with time. We haven't seen any pumping. We haven't seen anything yet. And I mean, from a low point here to a high point, the highest point of this range, it's only been about a 12% pump. Now, again, the day before the gala, which would be today, and then the day of the gala, we did last year see about a 15% pump. And that would take the price from here to about $3.30. If you've been buying, I mean, here at the low, that's $2.83.7. I've made videos at the lower points here, like literally at the lows every single time, here, and here, saying that it's a good time to buy. So in that sense, we might see something of like a 18, 20%, 15% pump. Maybe it's a little bit more, maybe it's a little bit less, but you get what I'm saying here, right? The point is that this pump might not be everything that we expected it to be. And if it is, if instead of tomorrow or between today and tomorrow it pumps, maybe it's sometime next month in May that it pumps, it's going to pump without me. If it pumps with you, if you want to hold, that's fine. But just given the current circumstances, the current environment that we're in with crypto, I don't know if it's a good time to be risk on with altcoins, especially a coin like this that is consistently diluting every single day. And on top of that, tomorrow we have the unlock event. There's even more spots this time around than there was last year. Last year was like 220, the top 220 wallets. This year it's the top 300 wallets. And there's more VIP seats too. So there's going to be even more wallets that are quote unquote unlocked. They have held through the designated time frame to secure their spots at this gala, and they will have no incentive to hold anymore. Especially if they're looking at this thing and it looks like it's going to drop, it's going to generate some selling pressure at the very least, and that selling pressure is going to come from the top wallets. Imagine we're talking about any crypto, any stock, and I'm telling you, hey, tomorrow there's going to be an event that generates selling pressure from the top holders of this project. Does that make you bullish or bearish? You know what I mean? Like, and it's not something that we're theorizing, it's something we know for a fact. Because again, the top 29, I believe, wallet holders, or is the top 22, I think it's the top 29, they get VIP access. They get VIP access, but they don't if they sell today. They don't if they sell tomorrow. They have to sell at 0 hour UTC. So for me, that would be 6 p.m. because I'm in Mountain Time. For the East Coast, that would be 8 p.m. So sometime tomorrow, late tomorrow, that quote unquote unlock happens. It happens, and it'll be likely after the event, not during the event. But on the bright side, Trumpcoin is at all-time low areas. You can short, you can go long, you can do all these things, and people have been going short. The funding rate is negative for Trumpcoin. People are making their bets, and they've been getting crushed on these shorts because if you've had a short open this whole time and the funding rate is negative, the shorts are the ones paying out. You could have held a short open this whole time. Maybe it pumps and inevitably it dumps, but you're losing so much on the funding rate. If you've been long like I have, you've been making money on the funding rate, which is actually kind of interesting. And I do believe that we're going to see a little bit of a pump. I do believe that we will break out of this range. I'm just skeptical as to seeing if we do see something that's incredible and miraculous. You know, I mean, in one day here, we pumped 31%. It could happen. It could happen. Tomorrow is the Crypto Gala event. People like to think that they think ahead of schedule, but it's going to be talked about. It's going to be publicized, published. There's going to be news on it. A lot of people will be talking about it tomorrow. The price might even be pumping. There will be a lot of people who are buying just on the news of it, just on the potential FOMO of it. They'll look at last year's price action. They'll see this year's price action. They'll be like, oh, maybe this is a good time to buy. Maybe not. You know, it depends on how euphoric people are about it. Maybe we do send it all the way up above here. I was kind of hoping for that, thinking that it could happen, but at this point in time, I'm not really counting on that. I think it would be fortunate at this point in time, for us to get even above like $3.55. But anything can happen. I do believe at this point in time that we will see prices above this high. We have a nice horizontal range here that we've been consolidating in. And if we get above, I mean, technically the way that you would measure move is you take the high point of the pattern, which I'm actually not going to take this high point because to me it's like a fake out. And I'd rather be conservative with my estimates than be over presumptuous. So I'm going to take the high point to the low point here, and I'm going to put it right at that breakout line. That would take us to about $3.40, which is right around this area of resistance, which is kind of right in the center of this zone here. I mean, if we take a high to a low, let's just see, that's right above our 382. It makes sense. It's a completely reasonable area to achieve. And if we do go there from the current price, that is about a 15% pump. It's not nothing. It's not nothing. But if you got in on this like I did, my thoughts are this, okay? Not financial advice, not a financial advisor. I don't care what we do tomorrow. I don't care if we pump. I don't care if we dump. Whatever the case might be, I don't care what we do tomorrow. I'm out. My hands are clean after tomorrow. The top wallets will have complete incentive to sell, and maybe not dump their whole position, but to sell, maybe. There's going to be less incentive to buy, in my opinion, after the gala. And based off of that selling pressure alone and based at where we are here at this all-time low area, I just don't want to mess with it. If Trumpcoin, going into May, if it sees a 200% increase, a 300% increase, and we could have held on to that and made a play off of that, It's unfortunate circumstances that brought us there, and maybe not unfortunate circumstances. It's unfortunate circumstances that brought me to the conclusion that it's a good time to sell tomorrow. But whatever. Good job for the people that held. Good job for Justin Sun, because he's the top holder of Trumpcoin. And good job for anybody who's holding the coin itself. But I just won't be part of that, because again, what I do believe, even though this time is different, I do believe that, and when I say this time is different, I just mean that the behavior we're seeing so far is different. What I do believe is that we will see selling pressure. We will inevitably see lower lows. I don't believe that we're at the. I don't believe that this is the all-time forever low here. But with that being said, let's do some actual TA instead of theory, right? A lot of that was just theory. From a high to a low, overall Trumpcoin has dropped 96.5%. In the grand aspects of this chart, it's relatively a good time to buy. You know, it's if you believe it'll see new all-time highs, then yeah, it'll, you know, it's a good time to buy technically. It's, you know, you're securing more than 10x profits if it sees new all-time highs. I mean, hell, that might be like 20x profits. Let's see, almost 30x profits. Incredible. Weekly time frame, there's not a whole lot going on, but the weekly RSI is kind of showing us some bullish divergence. Actually, we are bouncing off the oversold area. We're looking stronger than we ever have before, but we're still weak, man. We're still in this oversold area. The MACD is bearish beyond all belief. You're building momentum. You're actually in the most consistent building of momentum that we've seen. And we really haven't seen any upside from that yet. I don't know whether that's concerning or whether that's foreshadowing something to come. I don't know. Because again, it's such a new chart. I don't know how to feel about that. The stochastics are oversold. Maybe you get out of the oversold zone. Maybe you drop first and then you get out of the oversold zone, you know. And maybe the inevitable 40, 50, 60% pump will just be taking you back to this area after you dump like 30% first, but we'll see. The 3-day time frame, I think, does look interesting. The 3-day time frame is interesting. This is like the most compelling evidence, I think, for anybody who wants to hold past the Gala event, but still, I don't know if that's a good idea. We look at the 3-day MACD. You're building bullish momentum here, and that you literally are just building it consistently. You're getting to higher levels on the oscillators than you've typically seen. You could be approaching the zero. Maybe you come up and approach the zero, and that's where you reject, and that could result in a pump that even takes you above this high. It's still possible. The stochastics have been oversold for a while. You could stay oversold for a while longer. But it does make me think that there might be some type of implication of a move up. And even here on this very small looking move from a low to a high, you saw 23% overall. From a low to a high, 23% overall would take us up to about $3.40. Again, that number kind of comes up right there. You know, the 3-day is the most compelling for upside, and even the 3-day looks pretty bearish, if I'm being fair. The daily time frame, looking at this here, the RSI is neutral. You have higher lows coming in, which is nice. You got overbought. You didn't get oversold. You rejected the oversold zone. There's some good stuff, and good stuff going on. We haven't seen the upside from it yet. I think we will. Stochastics look good, and the MACD is at a point where you kind of rejected the zero back here. You rejected it hard here. You rejected it slightly here, and now you look like you're about to break through the zero. And with this presumption, again, maybe we do pump. Maybe tomorrow doesn't promote selling pressure. Maybe you do pump going into May. I don't want to make that a call, but there's reasons to believe that it could happen. There's a lot more reasons to believe that inevitably, even if this happens, that you still will see lower lows. Even if this happens, you still see lower lows. But here's some other stuff we're going to get into real quick before we finish up, okay? We're going to throw on the ribbon here. If it wants to. It has to take its time. It has to think. Come on now, ribbon. Don't do me wrong. Don't do me like that. Why'd you do me like that? Come on, man. You know you want to. I want you to. You want to. Give us the ribbon. Ribbon, go. I feel like Spider-Man. Web, go. Web on. Anyways, looking at this here. The daily ribbon. The way that I do analysis with the ribbon is that if you are doing this, if you're tipping it like this, you're finding resistance, you will go lower. If you're doing this kind of stuff where you're like hugging it, you will find resistance just above the ribbon. That doesn't mean that you're going to flip the ribbon, but where your high point is just above the ribbon. You'll still go down, but maybe you won't go down. Maybe you do cross all that stuff, but notice here, like you're finding direct resistance, and then here you start to crowd it. You found resistance, but then you came back up again. You came back up again the next day, and then boom, you pushed through. You even flipped the ribbon bullish, and it was still bearish. I'm getting distracted here, but the main point is, looking at this, we're certainly not just coming up to the ribbon and rejecting. We've been living in it. My expectation would be that then we do see prices somewhere above the red line, somewhere above the ribbon, which would be somewhere above $3.20. Again, that 340 area comes to mind, but that even there, that's like an 11 to 20% pump. Probably happens. I think it does happen. Whether it happens tomorrow or the days after, I don't know. I'm letting go after tomorrow. But it does seem as though here you've had ample opportunity to reject the ribbon. It seems as though it's curving, it's coiling. We would likely see prices that are above 320. And again, going from this relative high here to this relative low, that 382 area is right above there. It's very common in situations like this to either reject the 382 directly or to wick just above it. And that's, again, right around like 330, 340. Maybe even 350. If we go up to the golden ratio, there's 370, 387, all this stuff. It's a low market cap coin. It's actually not. It's like a multi-billion-dollar market cap coin, but there's low volume right now. You could definitely see a lot of movement. You could see a lot of movement in a very short amount of time. We look at this on the, is it the 3-day? Is it the 3-day? No, it's not the 3-day. Again, though, here you were crowding the ribbon, and what did you do? You found resistance just above it. Here you're crowding the ribbon. Where did you find resistance just above it? Still bearish overall. Here you wicked and then came down, wicked, came down, wicked, came down. You aren't living in it like you are now. Here you're living in it. You were kind of living in it here, but here is a bit different. Where here you're closing below it, you're just wicking into it. That's rejections territory. Here rejecting. Here rejecting. Right? We're getting close to this point. If we can live in the ribbon, if we can get a little bit of life in there, you might inevitably see those prices that go above there. That's something to look forward to if you're going to hold even past tomorrow's event. This could be some type of double bottom here. Things do seem to be moving sideways, but that's not my expectation. Going to the weekly, I think this is the one that I wanted to look at. Here, you found resistance right at the ribbon. The ribbon didn't exist yet, but I mean, if we imagine one more week back, which it's not appropriate to do, but we're going to do it anyways, it looks like you found resistance right at the ribbon. Here, you found resistance right at the ribbon. Here, you found resistance in the ribbon. Here, we have not touched the ribbon. It's been quite some time since we've touched the ribbon. So there's a chance there that we do move up to interact with this ribbon. Maybe we do see prices that are above $4 before moving lower. You don't have to touch the ribbon. You can move lower even without touching it, but it's pretty common to kind of see this behavior even in bearish trends to come up here. And if you're holding and you believe that it can touch this ribbon, I mean, that is that 30% pump that we were looking for. There's the possibility, guys. It's definitely there. But at this point, I think I've made my point. I've said all that I need to say. I've gone over everything that I think I can go over. I mean, I'm sure I'm missing something, or like something that I wanted to say earlier. I just can't think of it right now, but that's okay. I'm expecting that between today and tomorrow, I would say probably over the next, I mean, how much time do we have left? We have about 9 hours left in this day. 33 hours. Yeah, over the next 33 hours. I would expect we see some type of lift that takes us above $3.20. At that point, I'm cleaning my hands. I do have sell orders set up. Right now, they're actually set higher than 340. They're set. I mean, if you want to know, I guess I can say it. I've got my sell orders set anywhere from like $4 to $4.70. And the reason why I have 470 is because like President Trump's 47th president, 470, 47, you know, just kind of for fun. I have like 100 orders layered between $4 and that level. So if we get some kind of monkey pump and that happens, cool, we'll take profits. I'll take profits. But as we're getting toward, as the event starts, if the price is like still down here or something, I will be adjusting my sell orders and I will be taking profits anywhere above $3.20. I don't care. And then if it pumps without me, it goes to that level inevitably. Darn it. Good job for everybody else. Bad job for me. But the whole purpose of this play, at least from my behalf, was based off this Gala event. It's not based off the technicals, because the technicals say we're going lower. We're definitely going to see lower prices. It's just a matter of time. And the fundamentals even say that too, because we've got these token unlocks that happen again for every single day for like the night. Something like over $1 million in unlocks that happen daily. $1 million in unlocks that happen daily, and it'll continue to happen going into the depths of this bear market, even going into next year. So I made my point. I'm done. I don't got anything else to say. Hit that like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye bye.